All right, big box of fun. Do an unboxing. Very big box. Get rid of the paperwork. That's no fun. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, that looks like an intake manifold. We'll open that in a second. That's the valve covers. What have we got here? Probably a linkage kit, I reckon. We'll open that. Some t-shirts, bit of merch, a couple of banners. Pinball Jeff, one for him, one for here. And then we've got, that'll be an air cleaner, and a couple more air cleaners. All right, let's clean up a bit, and then we'll open a few more bits. All right, I'm going to have to change the angle so you can see my ugly mug a bit more in this one, and so I can stand up. All right, so I reckon this will be the new Comet air cleaners, I would say. Very well packaged, Offy. They're not going to come out of the box very easily. Which is good. I guess you don't want them getting damaged. I love using those giant staples that get jammed. Let's have a look. Look at that. Beautiful. So they'll fit the like 97s, Stromberg 97s, 94s, and underneath you can see like that. You could probably put a little ring, and then they would fit Holden 6-cylinder. All right, next one. Cheated a bit. I pre-opened this to save you listening to me swearing and stabbing myself with giant staples. This is another air cleaner, I think. A sticker, because you don't get a sticker with your parts. What's even going on? So there we go. There's the top and the base. I'll sell these with an element. I'll work out what size that is. Looks like probably a 9-inch, and nice little lock bolt there. Cool. Right, one more. All right, once again, to make this a bit more fluid, I've opened this a little bit. Packing box, really. So that is the linkage that'll go with the manifold that I'll show you in a second. And an Offy equipped club plaque that we'll be selling. All right, let me get one of these boxes ready. All right, it's probably good that I pre-opened this because it's been a mucking around to get it open. But so there we go. An Offy equipped dual carb manifold. I think it's 32 to 48 forward flathead. Very nice bit of gear, and I've got the linkage kit there to go with it. And yes, we can supply 97s if needed. All right, this last box is something a little bit interesting, something different. We went with one of the newer products that Offy are doing. So let's just open one and we can show you. So obviously they are rocker covers or valve covers. In this case, yeah, I guess they still are. So what this is to suit, these are for LS. So to make, you want your LS to look old school. So there we go. So we'll probably do them. Peter, if you're watching, these will look good on your 34 Chev. You do your remote coil packs, put them somewhere else, and then fit these over where your coil packs were. And away you go. You're starting to look like a vintage engine. You know, in this situation where Peter's got, he's got a carbide manifold. Put these on, run the leads along the side, set of block huggers. I don't think you'll really notice too much as to whether or not these are. It is an LS motor. You might just look at it and go, looks like a small block. So there you go. That's what they look like, and they come with PCV and breather, oil filler, all that sort of stuff. I'll get the other one out. So there, the second one has the oil filler in the side, and these are for your PCV and that sort of thing. Very nice, something nice and new, and maybe we can talk Peter into putting these on his car. All right. What's left? Let's get a banner out. We only got a handful of shirts off the boys. They're running a bit low on merch, but they said they are getting more done. Look, the white one for them. The black one. Got a couple of the grey ones, which look pretty good. And lastly, these sort of mustard coloured, which is the same once again. Now let's see. And a banner. All right, so there you have it. Our first order. Only a little bit of a small order just to get started with the boys from Offy. But we will slowly build our stock up. We've already sort of started working out what we're going to do next. We're thinking that a slant 6 rocker cover, valve cover is probably going to be a good one to get next. I think the boys have got them in stock. Hopefully, if not, they're not far away. And then, of course, we can special order. So anything that Offy have that's available on their website, we can order in for you. And hopefully it'll save you a few dollars. We've worked out a bit of a way of saving a little bit of money on the freight. But they do lots of vintage manifolds for most of your vintage style engines. You know, obviously small block Chev, but then they do the odd stuff. You know, they do nail heads, you know, the 6-cylinders, Chevy 6s, Ford 300s, and then your vintage V8s, olds, nail head, Hemi, all that sort of stuff. Valve covers and rocker covers to suit a lot of those style engines, and some air cleaners, and then they do linkages and quite a few other bits and pieces. So I'll put up a bit of a link maybe to their website so you can have a look. And yeah, hopefully as we move forward as the Australian distributor, we'll sell a bit more of their stuff, we'll get some merch in, and we can support the guys at Offenhauser who have been going since 1946. And I'll link this video back to when Jason gave us a tour, which was really good. He's a great talker. He knew all the history and all the machines, everything there. Brilliant. All right, Offenhauser equipped at Armadale Auto Parts.